What is going on today, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fix It Garage. We're back here in the garage again, finally. I know it's been a long time since I've had a video come out where I've actually been working on cars in here, and pretty much I've left you guys in the dark for a while as far as what's going on with the Volkswagen project, and even kind of what's been going on with this. You guys saw the track day videos. I didn't do any talking in them. That was kind of on purpose. I wanted to play around with just showing some raw video with a little bit of music in the background from the event without really talking too much about it. Wanted to see how it went. Seemed to kind of work, but you guys need to let me know. Do you guys want me to talk during these videos, or do you want me to just play videos with a little bit of music and just seeing the cars on track? Let me know down below in the comment section. As far as what's gonna go on today, I'm gonna catch you guys up so that way next time we can get right back to work again. Last time you guys saw me working, we were working on the wiring on the Volkswagen. We were working on the Subaru harness on the Volkswagen, trying to get it, cut up and ready to go. Well, I'm gonna be honest, I did that for many, many hours, chopping it up, and I know there's a lot of websites online where they kind of tell you to cut the whole thing out. I'm trying to do things a little bit different, and so I was trying to leave certain things that people remove. Well, the moral of the story is I got really burnt out on looking through all these wiring. Spent a lot of time tracing wires and trying to figure out what was what, and I completely got burnt out on it, unfortunately. It's kind of hard. Wiring's not my favorite thing in the world, but it needs to be done. So I stopped, took a step back, and took a break. Now the problem is when I do that, I don't have any other parts. Well, I didn't have any other parts. So there wasn't really a whole lot to do as far as work. I still need to cut the front end up for the radiator, and we're actually gonna probably do that in the next video, maybe. We'll see how everything plays out. And then I need to start figuring out running my coolant lines. I need to get pipe, I need to get parts to do the cooling system and the fuel system, which I'm actually gonna be ordering today or tomorrow, so I should have them next week, which this video is in real time. I actually recorded it the day before you guys are seeing it. So we're hopefully gonna have almost everything we need in about a week to finish mocking up this car so I can pull the engine back out and do some finish work in the engine bay and under the hood and all that. That's hopefully all gonna be happening within about a week or so. Fingers crossed. Again, that's assuming that nothing goes wrong and then I can find the right parts that I want. Before I can order like a radiator, we need to cut the whole front end apart to figure out what size radiator we can fit as far as all the dimensions that we can run and still be able to close the hood. And make sure that it's big enough to efficiently and effectively cool this motor. So we got a little bit of math to do and a little bit of figuring out to do, but we'll get to that when we get there. For now, I just want to focus on getting this project back on track and get it up and running here as quickly as possible to make the guy who owns it happy, and so we can start to see this thing on the road instead of just sitting here in my garage. So that's kind of where that's at. I actually went to Bend the other day to a place called Subitech HQ to pick up a part that I needed in order to finish this project, which I'm gonna show you guys real quick. So here's what I picked up from Subitech HQ. It is the crossover passage that goes on top of the engine block. The difference between this one and a stock one is this part right here. This, on a normal Subaru engine, comes out the front of the car for the upper radiator hose. This reroutes it to the back of the car for the upper radiator hose, or sorry, the back of the engine for the upper radiator hose, which on this car will allow it to travel to the front of the car easier without having to go down in front of the motor and the exhaust. What this allows for is it allows for the coolant to have a nice easy path to the front of the engine, to the front of the car to go to the radiator. As you guys can already see, I've made a mark on it. We're gonna discuss that in the next video. This also has way more holes than what I need for the project. So a lot of these are gonna be getting plugged with either the right size bolt, gasketed in, or I'm gonna see if I can have a friend weld them shut. Either way, this is going to be modified along with the end of this, along with a few other parts that I've got that will need to be modified, which I'll show you guys probably in the next video. But I want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek on the parts that are coming up. So here's one of the new parts that I've picked up that we'll be putting on this car very soon. So that's one of the parts that we've picked up, and we actually have more on the way. I'm expecting a delivery tomorrow, along with hopefully again some more deliveries within the next week or so. Now to the Subaru. Since last time you guys saw it, it was obviously on track and it was racing. So The racing, super fun. I had a blast. It was one of the most fun weekends I've had. Packwood, Washington, amazing place to be. Amazing course that they put together at the old lumber mill there. So much fun. We had a beautiful Airbnb in Packwood and we were spoiled. Every morning we got to wake up and see herds of elk. It was amazing. It was really cool to see. It was a nice relaxing place. So after we got done with the racing, we could go back and we could just relax, which I'll tell you, after a day doing autocross, being on the sun, nothing beats getting able to relax and just eat some food and chill. So that was a lot of fun. As you guys also may have seen on Instagram, we rented a U-Haul truck and a U-Haul trailer. Now, U-Haul trailer wasn't that bad, but the U-Haul truck cost me a fortune. So we have a solution for that soon. I'm not sure when I'm gonna unveil some of that, but stay tuned. I'll have some videos coming up very shortly kind of talking about how we're gonna make it so it maybe won't cost as much money to get this thing to the racetracks when it's far away. I can drive it. It is a daily driver car, but the problem is when you have to bring a bunch of stuff for an away race and an Airbnb, it just doesn't all fit in the car. And I could put the roof rack on, but then I've got to store the roof rack when I'm at the track. It's a logistical headache. So I'd like to trailer it just so I have more space, having like a truck, and I can put more things in the car so I don't have to try to fit myself and my wife and all of our stuff. Something that I've learned from filming YouTube is I have to bring a lot more stuff than I used to. It used to be I'd bring the stuff to go to the track, bring the stuff for food, and maybe one camera. Now I'm bringing GoPros, drones, all my racing gear, all my sleeping gear, food, tools. I'm bringing so many more things now that I just can't fit it all inside this car. I could also put a trailer on the back of this car, but again, I don't really want to put a trailer on the back of this because it just doesn't look cool. But that might be a solution down the road someday. If I absolutely have to, I'll get a little trailer and pull behind it, a little mini enclosed trailer. Like what you might see on those drag week cars. If you watch any drag racing teams and stuff like that, I might get one of those trailers for this. We'll see. Again, not anytime soon. But other than that, this car is doing really well. We changed the oil before we went to the track. And since it's been back, I've kind of looked the car over a little bit. It's looking good. Steering rack is still a big problem. You guys can hear it in the videos. You can hear that like whine that sounds like a supercharger. That's the power steering pump pushing air through it and not just fluid. The leak is still on the rack. It's kind of worse than it was in the last time I checked it, but we're gonna keep monitoring it. I still think I can get through the season before I have to change it. But we will be changing it and I will be bringing you guys a video on that as well. Speaking of videos, I have not been doing my due diligence and uploading videos regularly. And for that, I apologize. I am going to try to get back on a more consistent schedule of uploading. We have been getting a lot busier at my day job. So when I get home, I'm usually just drained. I don't have a lot of energy. And a lot of times it's very hard for me to come home, eat dinner, and then come out in the garage, work for 2 or 3 hours a night, 2 or 3 nights a week, and then edit a video or two. It takes a lot of time. There's a lot of time that I was not prepared for when I first started doing YouTube, and now that I'm doing it while we're busy at work, it's proving to be quite a challenge. But at the same time, I am extremely passionate about what I do in here. This is something I want to be able to do for a very long time. I love building cars for you guys. I love taking you guys out when I go to the track. Pretty soon, this is going on a real racetrack instead of just autocross, so we can actually call it a track day and not just autocross. I'm getting ready to do that with this. I just need to put the rack in it first. So that's kind of where we're at, guys. Like I said, we're gonna try to get this thing done within a month, hopefully. I mean, a month for me, probably a little longer for you guys, but I really wanna get this thing done and back on the road. I think what I'm gonna do with the harness is I'm just gonna start taping up all the dead ends on it that I have, and honestly just start getting it to work as is, and I can remove parts from it later. I've got everything I need to make it run, so I might just go ahead and get it up and running and then deal with the other stuff later. Also, I could get it all set up like this and potentially do a standalone ECU at some point. I've been talking with some people, potentially gonna put this on Mega Squirt. Again, let me know what you guys think. Should I just keep going at it with that harness, or should I scrap that and go to Mega Squirt? Let me know down below. But this car will be getting done. I've got updates to bring you guys. We've got work to do on it, and I think we're gonna have a working video ready to go for Friday, where we actually get back on this, put on some parts, do a little bit of cutting and grinding and starting to tear this thing apart some more so we can put a radiator in it, so we can get the coolant passage on it, and a few other things. So thank you guys for sticking with me through this time. It's been a little bit of a challenge, but I'm ready to get back at it full time. It is tough to work a day job and do this. To people who are able to put out multiple videos, like, 4 days a week or every other day, I tip my hat to you guys, especially if you're working another job. If you're doing this as your job, I still commend you, because it is a lot of work behind the scenes, a lot of stuff going on. I commend everyone who does this for a job, for a living, for an income. It's a lot harder work than what people think. And I'm not making any money off this. I'm doing this as a passion project for fun, with the hope that someday maybe I can make just enough money doing this to keep funding this, so I can keep doing projects and building my own stuff someday. We're a long ways from that. Right now, it's just a passion project. So I'm gonna keep working at it though, guys. Stick around. I've got a lot of stuff I'd love to get done. I've got a lot of cool things I would love to be able to do someday. Hopefully we can make it happen. But I want to thank everyone for watching. To everyone who is subscribed, thank you for supporting me on this crazy journey that I've been on for almost a year. We're almost to 1 year. We're gonna do a 1-year special to kind of show where I started to where I am now. We're getting there. But thank you guys all so much for sticking around and watching, commenting, liking videos. As always, if you guys like what you saw, please don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and check out all my old videos, build videos, track videos, all the different things, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.